Okay, so you bought your first safety razor. Now there's quite a few things that you're going to want to take in mind when you start shaving with a safety razor. And I'm going to go through those in this video today. If you're suffering from razor burn, ingrown hairs, this video is for you, so stick around while I go through my routine and things that you're going to have to pick up to guarantee that you get a better shave than you did with your cartridge razor. And welcome to the wet shaving community. I'm going to go in with a Henson razor. It's a 3-piece razor here. And in my mind, it's one of the best starter razors you can get. Now, does that mean it's a starter razor? No, it does not mean that. It's just one of the easiest razors to use. Pre-shave routine, take a shower. Then get a good shaving brush, T2 or T3. I like the T3, it's a little bit bigger, especially if you shave your head or your chest. The Simpson is a great one to use. So I'm gonna use it. It's like $40 on Amazon. But instead of using shaving cream in a can, which, yeah, you can use it, but there's just better stuff out there for you. That shaving foam, it's gonna leave your skin nice and dry. It's gonna dry it out. It's not gonna create a nice slick surface like some of the artisan soaps will. Now, this is by Ariana and Evans. I like A&E products. To me, that's the best products out there for the money. But then you just buy a synthetic brush. Don't buy a Boar Badger brush. Trust me, 10 years ago, guys are paying $200-300 for them, and they're really not that good, especially if you have sensitive skin. So I just dunk mine in water, right? And then go onto my POC here and just start grabbing some of it. Now it's gonna be wet. And you can, okay. Now you just paint it on your face. If you need a little bit more soap, which I usually do, oops, that went all over my camera. Usually do half my face and then go back in, get some more soap and just paint it on everywhere I'm gonna shave. Now set down your jar and just dip the tips in 1/8 of an inch. Break the backbone of your brush and work it back and forth, right? It's gonna start creating a lather. Now the key to this is to keep adding more water. The water is gonna hydrate this soap that I'm using, and it's gonna create a very slick surface. If you put it on too dry, then you're not gonna get the complete benefits of it, and you're gonna be able to tell when you're shaving when it dries up. Now, me personally, I talk a shit ton on camera, so mine dries up quite a bit. But what you're trying to achieve here is like a yogurt-like finish. It doesn't take long to get there, right? So what I do is apply that to my face. Now I'm gonna load my razor. Now these are the new Gem razor blades. They don't have any goo on them, right? So, let me pull that out. They don't have any glue on them. On the one side, it tells you exactly what you're using. To me, these are my #1 blades right now. And then this is my first shave with a Henson razor. So with the Hensons have a bar set up here, right? So it's a bar set up here instead of a pin, and it hooks into the base plate the same way. So you have 4 points of contact, which means there's no wiggle between the top cap and the base plate, which is very huge. Then you take the barrel or the handle, and then you just screw it on. It's there. Now you don't want to put a ton of torque down, but just enough to get it secure. As you can see, there's no tabs that stick out the side, and the blade reveal is perfect. I love this razor, especially in the winter. My technique gets a little sloppy, and this razor, the way it's honed here, or the way it's cut, if you don't get the correct angle, it does not cut. My #1 selling point for this razor. So I'm just going to go back in here. Now this is the stuff I normally would cut out, but I'm just going to show you exactly what I do. A lot of viewers have been asking me, you're making a lot of cuts and your videos aren't long enough. Well, it's because I'm making a lot of cuts. You are right. And they want to see the whole entire process. So you're going to get that today. All right, so I'm going to go down one more time just to hydrate a little bit better. My neck is my most sensitive area, so I spend a lot of time down here, right? And you can see, I mean, come on, America. That stuff's just fantastic buildup of shaving cream, right? It's shaving soap, but hell, I just made it into a cream. All right, so now that you have that on your face, you're gonna go in for your first pass. Now, what you wanna do with any safety razor is put it flat on your face, right? And then now start moving it. Move the angle down. You're looking for 30 degree angles, but you're gonna tell when this thing actually starts cutting the hair, you're gonna be able to hear it. So flat. Oh, there it is. If I go more, no, that's too much. It's right there. Let me switch hands. Do a cleanup pass. Absolutely very smooth. Find your spot from your earlobe is what I do. I kind of know where the angle's at. And I take little strokes on my first pass. Don't take long ones like you do with your Gillette, your Schick, your Bic, whatever. The thing with the cartridge razor is you have to put pressure on these. You have to put pressure on your face to get these to work. Whereas a safety razor is completely opposite. You're letting the weight of the razor do the work, the head. So I'm just putting it on there. Now with an aluminum razor, I normally put a finger up here to guide it. It's just enough pressure to keep it on my face. Now I'm taking down 2 days of growth here. Now what Gillette will show you on their videos when these guys are already clean shaved is they take it like this and they go down. When they make that turn right there, that's called a J cut, man, you can really get some serious razor burn. But one thing you got to remember is this razor blade has 5 blades, whereas this one has 1. So even though I'm going over and over and over it, I'm not getting five strokes or 5 blades in one area to clear all that. Hope that made sense. God, I kind of confused myself. All right, so I just went with the grain. Now I'm going to go against the grain. And that's one of the things you're going to want to do as well, is map the hair on your face. Not everyone's hair grows the same. Like for me, up here on my cheeks, it grows down to about right here. And then it grows from my ear, or I'm sorry, then it goes from my chin to my ear from about here to here. It grows this way. And then from my Adam's apple up, I get hair all the way down here. From here to my Adam's apple, it grows up. Now, the only reason I know that is because I have mapped my face. So people are like, man, you're going against grain in your first pass. No, I'm not. I've mapped my face. And I highly recommend that for you as well. So over here, again, I'm just going to go over exactly what I did on this side. A lot of shaving cream there. Spin it. And this razor is just a dream. If you don't own one of these, I highly, highly recommend it. I don't care at what level you're at. Oh yeah, so good. You know, when I'm doing my neck hair, I'm not flinging it. Using my arm and maintaining that angle. Now I got to turn it a little bit when I start going around my jawline, but it stays the same. All right. Now going around your mouth, same thing. Just put it up here underneath your nose. If you like to cut in a beard line or a mustache line like I do, cut it in until it bites. There it is. Yep, and just carve that in. Now, on your lower lip, use half the razor blade, right? Or half the razor, and let the top half glide above your lip to make it very easy for you to shave, just like this. You know, so you can get these hairs right here. Reverse. Now you can see I'm moving my mouth. I'm not, some guys stretch. I don't stretch because I don't want to get ingrown hairs. Okay. So good. Now I can do some detail work on this side. Okay. Okay. Really good. Let's give that a rinse and we'll see where we're at. I just want to say thank you everyone for watching my channel, subscribing, becoming a member. If you haven't become a member yet, check that out. I give away free razors and I'm giving away one today. I'm actually going to give away a timeless razor. And actually the whole setup. I'm giving shaving cream, shaving brush, alum block, first pass complete. That's a pretty good shave. When you're first starting out, it's not a bad thing just to go with the grain. Now you could go back through and touch up some areas, but like my neck, I would definitely touch up. I'm not going out in public with it looking like that. So, I mean, that's your call. Some people right now would go a pass across the grain. I can't do that on my lower neck or I'll break out. So I do a variation of a 2-pass shave here. I go against the grain on my neck and below my jawline here, and then I go across the grain up top. Now, as you're going to see, when you use a great soap, artisan soap, you're not going to have to put a crap ton of soap back on your face and lather it back up because it's so smooth, silky smooth. I'm going to go across the grain now on my upper. Yes, I'm going to take longer strokes now. I got the bulk of it down. Shaving with a traditional shaving is doing a reduction. Against the grain on my lower neck. Wow, what a good pass that was. This razor is just unbelievable. I know guys that have been shaving for years, and I give this razor so much praise, and they try it, and they're like, oh my God, dude. Yeah. It's that good. All right. I call that good. I generally only do, well, I'm going to switch to cold water now. I generally only do around my mouth one time. Whoops. Really messing up stuff today. All right. Now I do have cold water running. All right, I'm going to turn that down. Oop, must have got it right there. I can feel it. I'm going to go in and grab my alum block from Parasso. Run it under some cold water here. And now apply it to my face. Yep, little sting there. Little tingle there as well. What the alum block is going to do, it's a tell-all. If it starts to tingle or sting, That's where you get too aggressive. Now in Ohio right now, it's the winter. It's freezing cold outside. So it's really hard for me to get a great shave because my hair is like nails, man. It's really like shaving nails. So this is when the post-shave routine really helps out, and this alum stone does. Okay, you can see I'm using this a little longer today because there's some tingling down here. This is when you need a razor like, a Henson, in my opinion. The nice thing about this alum block here, comes in a case. I like that. It's a little smaller than my Parker. Parker I used for a year. You can see the difference in size. I think I might go back to the Parker just because I've read a few things, and I'll get into that later on in a different video. All right, now that you got that on your face, I rinse it off. Don't, it leaves like a chalky residue. You don't have to spend a ton of time on it, right? Grab your towel. Dry off your face. Now I go in with my #1 selling product, which is Thayer's. This stuff right here, I don't care if you don't buy anything else, buy this. If you haven't used a safety razor yet, buy these post-shave products and you're going to get a better shave. Better results. You're a bald guy, you definitely need Thayer's. Goes on super wet. It hydrates your skin to help repair it. Now I'm going to go on some old school Cella. This is shaving balm. And what it is, it's just moisturizer. I'll use about that much because I'm going to put it on my head as well. Oh yeah. What that Thayer's does is when you put any sort of aftershave balm or moisturizer over top of it, it's going to help distribute it evenly and then just help it soak right into your skin. You can see my face is a little red again because it's cold outside. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below which one of the part of this shave actually helped you out, or one of the tips or tricks that you use that could possibly help someone else out. Well, thank you so much for buying a safety razor. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you can get this great content down the road. And my show is always on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great week, and I'm out of here. Come on, America.